My name is Daniel Martinez. I am 67 years old, and I served in the United States Marine Corps. I did 8 years active duty. I did 3 years in the reserves, so it was very, very rewarding what I did, and I'm proud of that. Well, when I left the military, just having trouble finding work, and then I had dealt with some issues with substance abuse and what have you, and it really took a toll on my life. There was no one there to be supportive, you know. I struggled, and with the drinking and substance abuse, I will be honest and frank with you, I lost my marriage behind that. I finally got some help. I started going to church with a friend and being spiritual. That was very helpful and so forth. And so I came around in 2010. I hooked up with the housing crisis people, and right away they got me a place to stay, and that was very rewarding. You know, it was a challenge, you know, and we had regular case management. They'd see how you're doing, how are you feeling mentally, what are you doing for cash flow and what have you. And at that time, they were not charging rent, you know, for our housing, but that came along later.
Home Point started back in 1978 as the Dallas Tenants Association. A few years later, the organization changed its name to Housing Crisis Center, which is the name that most know the organization by. We went by that name for some 45 years, up until about a year and a half ago when the name was changed to Home Point. And the idea behind it was to provide more clarity to people who didn't know the organization, really to help them understand exactly what we did and who we are as we transition into kind of this new season of the organization. The face of homelessness looks very different for every household, every situation, every person. Most people think it's the panhandlers that they see on the corner, and the reality is you or I are only a paycheck away from, or a medical emergency away from, or a major vehicle expense away from being homeless ourselves.
April the 24th is my birthday. 3 days later, I was discharged from my job. I left my job with a severance pay, which didn't even last maybe 3 or 4 months. Had to leave my apartment in Irving, put my stuff in storage. Then from there, go to the Salvation Army. I was very compliant, you know, I did what I needed to do. Till one day I saw Chris, one of the case managers, and I saw the purple shirt with at that time, housing crisis. He saw me and he says, "Daniel, what are you doing here?" Well, so I saw Chris, and boy, was that a godsend. Oh my God. Give me about 2 weeks. And he came back to me and came back with a lease. "I need you to sign here." Here I am again. I'm ever grateful to that program. I will always be. And at my time, now, maybe soon exiting the program, I want to still be involved with them and to be able to contribute to them whatever I can.
Our empowerment coaches empower and coach. So they provide resources and information, but they really are hands-on people who try to build a relationship with trust with each one of their participants. We call them participants and not clients, because it's really about then providing the resources and information that you need and then coaching you to a better situation. Whatever it is to help them break down the barriers that either cause them to become homeless or is preventing them from being stably housed. So we work with partners like the VA to help veterans receive their veterans benefits and services. But we also might work with Dallas College to help them go and receive additional education. Prevention is a much better use of resources. It also helps families keep their dignity, keeps families intact, and really helps them stay where they are. Really the goal for us as an organization is to help keep people or put people back into community.
Housing, you know, not everybody is offered, you know, this opportunity. Really have a place, come in the door and really look around and have a place that I can call home, you know. after such turbulent times in my life, and it's just a good feeling, all this stuff that I have here is mine, have all the essentials here, wow, it's just great, really great,
My name is Kelvin Brown, CEO of HomePoint. I invite you to give generously, and we greatly appreciate your support.